everybody and welcome to my channel once again. My name is Myra and I am here to do a video. So today I thought I would do a video to kind of let you guys get to know me a little better. So I decided to go ahead and do the 25 bookish facts about me video. I think I compiled 25 facts. I think. So let's get started. Alright, so I actually prefer the paperback edition of books as opposed to the hardback edition of books, which I know is an opinion that not many people share, but that's just me and my personal preference. I also really like reading historical fiction. I think that's one of my favorite genres to read. Also reading about people that live in other parts of the world, I also like that, and I recently realized that I really like that. So I've made it my mission to read a little more of that and read from different parts of the world. I am a night reader. I do most of my reading at night, which can be problematic because at the end of the day I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. It's just not very efficient because you fall asleep in the middle of the book and then you don't read as much as you could. I also have never been able to read a book in a sitting, like ever. My question to you people that do this is, how do you do this? How do you read a book in 8 hours straight? I don't know. I don't know. Is there something wrong with me? Because I've never been able to accomplish this feat. When I read, I usually have to listen to music, so I'll probably listen to ambience music. I always have a book in my purse that I carry, so every time I go shopping for a purse, I make sure it's big enough that it fits a book in there. So that bag you see right there, yeah, I don't use that anymore unless I'm carrying a small book. I have books everywhere, so I have books at home obviously, and then I also carry books in my car, so I have 1 or 2 books that I've had in my car for a while that I haven't read in a long time, but they're there just in case. And then I also have a couple of books at work. And then I also developed an unintended Bible collection. I have like 7 or 8 Bibles, I think, that I've just collected over the years. I have a couple of friends that read, and so at work I have a friend, and him and I decided to start a book club at work, and our manager actually joined, and it's been fun. We've read a good amount of books so far, so I'm happy about it. I audiobook a lot. I really love audiobooking. I discovered it maybe last year. I found Audible and I thought, this is so great. But most of the books that I audiobook, I find them to be young adult for some reason. I don't know. I audiobook a lot of young adult. In terms of my reading goal this year, I am exactly halfway through my goal. I made it a goal to read 40 books, which I know is not terribly ambitious, but it's kind of challenging for me because I am a slow reader. There was a time I read a lot, and what I started doing is I would unconsciously start narrating my life like a novel. I also have a problem now with starting books and not finishing them. That's a problem. I think I mentioned this before, and I feel like a lot of people that do this kind of video mention it as well, but I do not use bookmarks. Why? I don't know. Why am I this kind of person? Though typically I will fold the pages of my books, or I will use random object. A Cheeto bag bookmark. Who does that? I find that I never really cared about covers before. I never really looked at a cover of a book and thought, that must be a good book because the cover's pretty, until I started watching booktube videos, which, I mean, it's a good and a bad thing at the same time, because now I am aware that I can appreciate art in books, but then at the same time I began to wonder, is this a good book because it has the book cover, or is it a good book because it's a good book? I love libraries just because you can go and you can pretty much get anything you want, and if you don't like it, you can just bring it back without feeling guilty about returning a book. I actually volunteered at my local library when I was in high school, and they really liked me, and then I left. And actually I will tell you that story in a later video because it's kind of funny. I hate shopping. Like I don't like to go shopping for clothes. I mean, I go in, I get out, and we're done, but I could spend hours and hours shopping for books at a bookstore. I feel really guilty about turning in books late at the library. Like, I feel very selfish because I think maybe somebody else could have the chance of reading this book and they're not reading it because of me. When it comes to descriptions in books, I really love food descriptions. So I mean, I love food in general, so it would only make sense that I love reading about food. And the last fact in this list is that nobody knows I have this channel. I don't know, it's weird. I have not told a soul, and I'm like praying, please let nobody find this channel. I don't know, it just feels weird to tell my family, hey mom, you know, I actually have a YouTube channel where I talk about books, which is weird, especially for my family. We're a very typical Mexican family household, and so I don't know, it's just, I know they will think it's weird. I'm living with my parents. Again, we're a very typical Mexican family where we just all live together, and so I have to like sneak around to, you know, film. So I film whenever nobody's home, and it's just weird. I know I had to tell them at some point, but okay, those were my 25 facts about me. I hope I made it to 25. I think I counted. I'm not sure though, so if I'm missing one or two, I'm sorry. And those of you who are also booktubers, please let me know how you told your family and friends about your channel, because I would really appreciate that. I can just imagine a coworker coming up to me one day and being like, I found you on YouTube, and I'd be like, anyway, please let me know down below, and I will see you guys next time.